Welcome back to File Under Fire, a wrestling review podcast. My name is Brady. I'm your host. Joining with me, as always, is Dom.
Oh, shit, what was I gonna say? Is if I beat that pussy up, is you gonna tell on me?
He did
And
it.
Aubrey.
I can't. Once again, I cannot top that.
The reason he couldn't remember it is because he said it, and then Aubrey's like, "You gotta say that for the intro," and then we proceeded to talk for another 3 minutes before we clicked record, which was
That's on
more
us.
than
That's on me.
more than enough time for anyone to forget something like that.
Yeah,
Welcome
he
back
pulled it
to
out though.
Fire Under Fire. We're about to be very GWE brained. The greatest wrestler ever project is about to come to a head for this 10-year span. Um if you don't know, I'll be maybe able to explain this a little better than I would, but every 10 years there is a vote on the pro wrestling only forums, right? Uh
It's yeah. I think that's where it originated from. If we have and when we have Andy on, he really knows that
yeah,
forum
he
history stuff. But yeah, it. The last go round anyway was done through the pro wrestling only message boards. They do it every 10 years. You make a list of the top 100 greatest wrestlers ever, and all the votes are compiled. It's a lot easier to participate this year, though, because you can do it. They have a Discord. I think there's going to be multiple ways to vote,
yeah.
and I encourage people to do that if you are qualified. If you're not, don't vote, please.
I think from what I had seen, at least in the Discord talking about it, because I mean, I've kind of when I've been kind of looking at guys and like trying to see what people's thoughts are, see if there's any like recommendations, so on and so forth. Um, I think from what I remember is it's basically going to be like a Google form that you fill out, and
Yeah,
and then obviously they will collect all of those, probably throw it in one massive spreadsheet, and then uh, average everything out, and then we will get based off of the community that is created as accurate of a scope of who would be the top 100 greatest wrestlers ever. Um,
and I think honestly, if you are just learning about this by listening to this podcast, maybe just sit out 10 years because we're getting
yeah,
close to nut cutting time, and people are putting in like serious work on this stuff. Which I mean, it's fun, but I really think if you're gonna have a legitimate list, you've got to watch with intention.
yeah, you gotta like even just me, like I do want to do it, and I do have a top 100 list, but even like just me, I don't know if I feel great about my list. I don't know, it's a lot of like, oh well, I know this guy is great, but I haven't watched enough of them, and then like
Yeah, and
it's
of course,
very easy to be, yeah, it's very easy to
everybody's
be
gonna have
impolite
blind
too.
spots. But when did you start watching wrestling?
Uh, I mean, in general, probably 2006, 2007,
Okay, yeah, you're good.
but a majority of that has been like just what TV, like modern TV wrestling and stuff like that, and then
Yeah, that's
the
okay. But
2000
I will
and
say this too.
2010s indie scene stuff. But
Yeah, that's okay. That's a lot of how a lot of people did it. I will like. I don't want to totally poo-poo. There are people who have not been watching long who I think can do it. Like I think
Mhm.
Dom, you could do a list if you wanted to. It's but it's a lot of
I
work.
It's a lot of work,
But
and
like you,
like, dude, it's
the
crazy.
benefit of the like footage revolution and everything being available now, like I think it's leading to some people like speed running it
Mhm.
for
hmm
this intention of like doing a GWE, which is not ideal. But like Dom, you've not done that, but you have watched like a wide variety enough of stuff,
hmm
and like you have like stylistic preferences and like
As to yeah, I was thinking
yeah,
that. That's
like
why I think
critical
people.
taste. So you like
hmm
you totally could do one if you wanted to sit down and do it. So I guess there's different ways to be qualified for. I'm also just being a curmudgeon, but it's really fun to think and talk about.
It's
Absolutely,
just,
I
you
think
know
that's the
what?
most important part.
It's hard because I wish there was a resource for every wrestler like there was Lucha Wiki, but not for luchadors. If there was, then I'd probably do it because I'd be like, pull up this. I'd look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if there was like like
A
a
big
page,
database, yeah.
a page
There's
where
all
it's
the
like
links.
these are their top 5
Yeah, like
best
filter
matches or
Yeah.
or
whatever.
filter by videos or just filter
And
anything. Just give links.
you can find some of that on PWO where the list of nominees is, but it's
Mhm.
sort of a dead forum. So like
Yeah, so I
it's the
remember.
big obvious guys have lots of recs, and then there are some threads that like have none because they're just there for nominations and people aren't
Yeah,
really like talking there
they weren't
anymore.
talking, and then sometimes some of the YouTube links are just like, "Oh, this has
Are
been taken
dead.
down." Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're 5+ years old YouTube links, and they might have been sniped off the internet by now. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or
You
like
know what? I guess if you want to vote, vote. Who cares? I'm not in charge of it.
my,
I'm not
I
the
will,
boss of GWE.
I will
But
say at least my opinion on it is if you vote and you just have like some real just shit ass from a fucking butt votes, you're gonna get like your votes are gonna get relegated anyway because like for
hopefully, man, I don't. We'll
well
see what
yeah
the
but like
turnout is. It's kind of we have no idea what
but
the turnout is going to be.
fair but yeah I think like if you put like I don't know like Julia at number 1 like and nobody else has her anywhere near a top 200 like
Well, now you're
you,
taking a shot at the man who has organized this endeavor, or the person who has organized this endeavor. That's okay.
but
But
you know
yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying
fun.
like
It's
it's
fun, and
that's
it's
the
fun to think and talk about. But you're right. Yeah, I think if there's just like totally left field stuff,
yeah
It's
and like
just it's interesting to think about because it's a totally different internet world, and it's a totally different like footage world, and people are getting into wrestling like and speed running stuff.
I mean Dom's a
But
good example of that like Dom I mean in the
hi.
time in the time we've known you like your like tastes have grown like exponentially from someone who like barely was getting into wrestling to now you're like
I just
you're
think that's Aubrey because he just showed me everything that was like, I think you like this, and then he gave me the keys, and I was like, I'm just gonna see if I could find more, and I did, and it's dope.
yeah, but dude, you have like you're always bringing matches that have like 200 views and stuff that people have like not no that's not like like you have
No,
your
I
own
know.
taste and like a very defined like and refined palette for like what you like, and it's different from it's not just like like the typical thing. Like you have found your own lane. I guess what I was saying though too is like how many people know about it as
Hmm.
compared to 10 years ago when like the forums were
yeah
more like the center. You
it
know what
was
I'm
a bit
saying?
more yeah
Yes.
I think like the growing nature of what is like I hate to use this term but the internet wrestling community um especially just like people being more vocal about talking about GWE or like that X person is the greatest wrestler ever on Twitter and
Hmm.
like broadcasting that to a much broader audience, you are going to get more people who you know are maybe not as well versed but do have their own opinions. They may not be as well versed in a guy like we're going to talk about today like Big Boss Man, but
Oh,
Big bomb.
they maybe still have like valid and good opinions on a whole 100 list of wrestlers. And I think to kind of segue that is like kind of what our job is or what we're trying to do with however many sets of episodes this we do on the GWE topic. We kind of don't know. I think at the very least the three of us are all going to do an individual episode. But beyond that, we may have other friends who are participating in the project, other friends who maybe aren't participating in the project, but maybe have strong opinions about certain
yeah,
wrestlers.
just want to hype somebody
Hmm.
who's
Hmm.
nominated. Yeah.
And this is I think a great way to start with Big Boss Man, because I think and I can even say this just as like personally, he's someone that is very easy to overlook and kind of just cast as, hey, he's just a, you know, 80 like late 80s, early 90s WWF guy, and then
That's
like
literally what I was gonna say. I was like, I feel like Big Boss Man is like, I feel like people know him, right? They know the name, but like, especially if you're like a Deadlock fan or something, I feel like you know him, but then you associate him with like, oh, it's just shitty,
Wrestle
like,
crap.
yeah, WWE, shitty WWE guy, like Attitude Era guy, but
like eating Al Snow's dog.
yeah, like stupid bullshit. But like, damn,
Or
bro, this guy is awesome. Like,
Big
I
Show's
mean,
dad.
yeah.
I was gonna
hmm
say the Big Show dad stuff. Yeah, like and like nothing to
Like, yeah, when he
nothing at
goes to
his fault
smash the
there.
fucking clock and he doesn't even smash it, it just gets flown into the audience, and someone probably stupid, fucking stupid.
Like nothing at his fault. He's working the angles in those situations, but like I was saying personally, like I had kind of just in my head cast him away as a guy that is just like that early '90s WWF character.
Not in consideration for your list.
Um, eh, Maybe like a fringe low level guy,
Because
just
100
because.
is a really small number, as we'll say over and over again,
Yeah.
and other people have said many times. Like, you can have in your head who you think the top 100 are, but you're going to be cutting people you like really love.
hmm And people who, not even necessarily people who you really love, but maybe people that you know are like, man, like this guy is fantastic, but he just like, I think this top 100, like I can't see him being better than number 100, number 99,
Yeah,
so on and so forth. And I think
yeah.
that's kind of a hard thing to consider.
It's
But
tough when you sit down to actually do it, and 100 is a small number, and that's why I picked the Big Boss Man, because I know like what the percent. I mean, I don't what's his cage match rating is probably like in the
A five.
sixes. Yeah, yeah, sixes like at best. He is not a guy who has a ton of like famously great matches. It's he's not like somebody who when you mention his name, people are going to start rattling off like all these epics he's had.
he's a 6.37.
30
Yeah.
minute long epic, pure epics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like he's not
Yeah.
but that was not his stock and trade at all. And so I think he's a fun guy to make a case for because what the case to me is that he is the god of the 4-minute television match, first of all.
hmm
hmm
There is like nobody more interesting in that because that's what he did because of where he worked and when he worked and like his placement on the card. Um, and his catalog of those is like crazy deep. He's a great wrestler to just type into YouTube. Um, he is one of the like premier chicken salad makers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can stick him with anybody and he's gonna get a good television match out of that person, like almost guaranteed. Like we talked on the on different style whites this week, we're talking about like Glacier. He's the guy they put against Glacier in his like Nitro debut to make him look good, and he does. He is an iconic like figure to people who grew up watching from that era. I talked on the very first episode of this podcast about my WWF TV tray
Yeah.
that had Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior,
Texas Tornado.
Texas Tornado, and the Big Boss Man. Like he's casual fans of that era who were kids then will bring him up.
Even
Um,
just casual like uh, not to like disrupt your thought process here,
oh,
but
go ahead.
like my buddy who I've talked about before that like is just a casual Fed guy. Like he doesn't watch anything else. I was watching the matches and he goes, "Is that Big Boss Man?"
Well, yeah, because he has the
Like,
Attitude Era run too, so that's another generation of like casual fans who.
yeah, like this dude's like a few years older than me. Like he's like 29 or so.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like Boss Man is such an iconic character.
Which is not technically like something you should really probably consider a ton for GWE, but I think there's a reason for that. Like that he is he was like so iconic then, and then his actual like in ring skill set. He's not a guy you want to see in a long match, but
No.
he is.
Mhm.
He was like to me a prodigy like from the beginning. He is insanely strong, and he is like insanely quick for like a huge
How
super
big he
heavyweight.
fucking is.
Yeah.
How fat
Yeah.
this
And
bastard is.
he had an incredible heel run and then an incredible babyface run. He's been all over the card. Um,
You
and
could
he
really
is
slot him anywhere in the card too, and like
and he
what
always had something to do,
what
right? Like
he
he was always in
does
an angle on TV for years and years.
is like it's not this like you know you if you put him in the middle of the card, he's not going to outshine the top of the card. If you put him at the top of the card, he can make whoever he's wrestling look like $1,000,000, which he does in this first match we're going to talk about.
Yeah, and I do like what I kind of want to do, if you don't mind, is like make my case with the matches that I've got.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I like I think I like context. History teacher is important for this,
Yes,
Mhm.
please.
for his career, right? So, um, he was a legit corrections officer, but obviously big, strong, athletic guy, trained by Nightmare Ted Allen, the same guy who trained Arn Anderson in Georgia. He comes into Crockett in '86 as a job guy. Like he shows up to TV as a job guy. I guess some local promotion sends him in, and he is booked to lose to Tully, whose finish was a slingshot suplex. You guys know the slingshot suplex where he would like lift you up
Yeah.
by the leg and drop you over the. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And they, Dusty, I probably maybe being perverse, booked him against Tully, and he told Tully he could, and he did take the slingshot suplex, and Dusty immediately was like, okay. And so he worked like maybe 3 job matches in Crockett before they took him off
Okay.
TV and repackaged him as Big Bubba Rogers, Jim Cornette's bodyguard.
Ooh.
Mm.
And just based on his athleticism and size and all that, Dusty was like, okay, we got something. Dusty gets him over. He shows up. Jim Cornette's doing like this workout routine. I sent this in the chat. Hits him with a chair, shatters, doesn't even knock his sunglasses or his hat off.
Yeah, he just kind of has to
Totally
straighten the
no-sells
head
it.
out.
Yeah. Cornette says that the guy forgot to gimmick the chair and that was not gimmicked. I don't know about that, but anyway, it's a
It would
crazy
be
sight to
funny to
see.
think about Big Bubba's just standing there, concussed as fuck. He's like, I gotta play cool.
Yeah.
Gotta play cool.
So there is a very funny story about that people may know this story because I think Cornette's told it a bunch, but he was getting out of a cab with Bubba at a taping, and that was after this, and his whole thing was like he didn't sell at all. He was like the most badass monster heel ever.
Uh-huh.
Like before he had a match because he no-sold the chair shot, like nothing could hurt him. And the cabbie slammed his fingers in the door, and
Oh.
and Bubba said, "Hey, buddy, the door." And he opened the door and he like bent down, picked up his bag, put his hand in his pocket, and like casually walked to the backstage. And then as soon as they got backstage, he was like, "Motherfucking
Hey, buddy, the door.
yeah." And Cornette was like, why did you not sell that?" And he was like, "The fans are out there. I can't sell anything." Like his fingers slammed in the door,
Oh my
Bro's
god.
probably got cut
like
fingers, and he's
clasped
just like,
at the door.
There's fucking tears coming down his face. Hey, buddy, the door.
Yeah, the door.
Hey,
he's
please.
got sunglasses on, so you can't read his
Yeah,
thoughts.
Hey,
Yeah,
start snapping shit. Hey, the door, please.
yeah. So he's a monster heel in Crockett as Cornette's bodyguard. He feuds with Dusty. When Crockett buys the UWF, he's sent there, and he goes with Skandar Akbar, and he wins the UWF title from One Man Gang, who was on his way to the WWF to be Akeem, the African Dream.
So can I tell you something about One Man Gang?
Yeah.
One Man Gang was for at a long point without it was Ethan's profile picture, right? 4 Pillars of Hell.
Yeah.
I always just assumed I was like, man, I was like Bam Bam Bigelow looks fucked up, man. What happened there? I didn't know that it was a different person.
I get it.
I
Well,
was
he's awesome. And we'll talk about him again because he has just left for the WWF. And that match is unbelievable and everyone should watch it. It's like 9 minutes and it's on YouTube. It's one of the goddamnest brawls you'll ever see. It'd be 2 years in the business for Bubba.
One Man Gang versus
Big Bubba Rogers.
Big Bubba
I'm
Rogers.
gonna look this up because
UWF.
Tom's gonna watch this right now.
No, I can't. I have
So I almost brought it as the first match, but I thought it was like too similar to a match we're gonna do later. But it's incredible. The punches, you'll love the punches, Dom. They're
Oh,
ungodly.
I'm excited.
Yeah. One Man Gang, another like athletic super heavyweight. So he has the UWF title. He's with Skandar Akbar and Devastation Inc. And he defends it on June the 6th, 1987 against Barry Windham on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling because the UWF has sort of been absorbed into Crockett. And that is the first match that I chose. Did you guys like it?
I love this match. Do we want to
With
say
Charlie
what
Blanchard?
what the date is real quick? Big
I
Bubba
did.
Rogers versus Barry Windham, 6/6/87.
I did.
I wasn't.
I said it.
I was listening, but I wasn't
Yeah, I got
paying
you.
close enough attention
No
anyway.
worries.
But yeah, no, I did not watch this match first. I watched this second, and like the way I'm gonna call him Boss Man for the sake of it because I feel like if I say Bubba, I'm gonna think of Bubba, and that's gonna fuck me up.
Boss Man is easier. I typed it a bunch. So
Big Bubby Rogers.
So yeah, like Boss Man like is like immediate, like he is like just off rip an amazing seller. And it's funny that you say that about like him being this like, untouchable giant, wouldn't even sell his fingers getting slammed in a car door. Cause I mean like the way he just takes every single one of these punches and like, when they go out to the outside and they're like brawling out there and Wyndham's just like taking it to him. Like he is Terry Funk level of just selling the loopy.
It's awesome.
I am so glad you mentioned that because that is one of the reasons I chose this match. That the unmovable thing changes eventually.
Obviously.
And I think that he is one of the best punch sellers ever. Like he's like Buddy Landell level of punch seller.
It looks so natural too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a lot of guys when they sell a punch, they like it's so obvious in the way they throw their head
Mortal
back.
Kombat. They're like,
Yeah, and I do want to say too, I have some like recommendations at the end, but I'll probably sprinkle them in here too. There's a match before this, like in '86, like when he's a rookie, a Louisville street fight against Ron Garvin, that is also some of like the wildest punch selling of all time.
Aubies gonna fuck around and give us like fucking homework.
You don't gotta watch it, but I just thought if I'm making
but it's like
I gotta have the Rex.
It's like cool homework. It's fun. It's worth it, but
yeah,
I fucks with it.
The match itself is it's a pretty simple like structure.
It's a southern brawl. It's dope.
And Wyndham is obviously a master and will be on the list for certain.
And also over could be here too. Like
Yeah, you can. It's cool to see like him next to Bubba, and see
Mhm.
how huge he was. Like 6'5", 275, man.
I think they even say that on commentary where they're like, they say like, "Oh, look at how big, big Bubba Rogers is," but then they're like, Wyndham's just as big, like they're the same
Yeah,
height. He's
yeah.
just heavier.
Wyndham is 250 pounds. He's a big man.
He is a big
But
man.
It's good blood in the match too. He's doing
yeah,
the
like
headbutts are so cool. I like his headbutts.
Dude, he did that getting ahead, but he does the like army crawl tope headbutt
mhm.
at the end, and then he like does the flare flop on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he like he Boss Man takes another reason I chose this match. Bubba was like a bump freak for a huge guy.
Yeah, I can
He
tell.
yeah, he was willing to take wild bumps. He wasn't like flat backing on the floor, but he was getting thrown to the floor a lot. And the way he did it was like almost more dangerous than flat back bumps because he was like almost decapitating himself like every
The
time.
he goes he I don't remember how he gets there, but like Wyndham like I think he like pushes him up or something, and he like and he goes like through the middle rope and outside, and like not to keep comparing it, but like it's almost Foley-esque the way
Yeah,
he like falls out of the ring.
he was a huge and willing bumper, and he could do it without like making it like looking weak.
Hmm.
And
Well,
which
and I
Yeah.
is
think it helps too with a man of his size is that like when he falls, like he falls big.
dude, the
Yeah,
vertical
Tim's are.
suplex bump he takes is always like such a thud.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking
And
V
also
shapes.
too like how cool does that make Wyndham look when like getting that big of a man up for a vertical suplex?
Yeah. Or how about Boss Man picking Wyndham up like a fucking like teddy bear
Yeah,
and
like
body
over his head,
slams? Yeah,
full body
like one
slams, like
arm,
on top of his head.
like no problem. He's also shows even at this because this is his heaviest. He slims down later.
I
Big
noticed he has
Bubba,
a big cut here.
he's still really big. He's still so quick. When he like rolls away from that leg drop,
Oh yeah, he gets a
it's
fast. I was thinking that. I was like, team move. I would be fucked up. I would fuck that spot up. I would. He's a. He's just very agile. He's like a big cannonball. Like he just is always so fast and kinetic.
dude, kinetic is such a good word. I'm so glad you said that. Like the way he runs the ropes.
Yeah, he carries his weight through it. Like when he falls through the ropes. I think he misses something and he like falls through and then falls to the announcer's table. He like falls back. No. He doesn't hit the announcer tables. He falls out of the ring. He hits the barrier and then flops on his back because he's like going so fast. He's like, oh, you know.
Yeah, but
He
like
hits like a wall.
even the way he runs the ropes, like he hits the top rope so hard. He looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's gonna
yeah.
like snap the rope. He like leans back and it shoots him forward. Like he moves in a crazy way for a guy that big.
He runs
Mhm.
the ropes in a very different way, and I think he maneuvers the ropes in a very different way than most
Yeah.
guys his size or guys. Period. I think it's very dope.
He's like this is such a and like I asked you too, like I was like, "Hey, how do you want like, do you want these structured like or like set up in like what order?" And you're like chronological. And I think it makes a lot of sense the reason why you say that because this is such a good like first glimpse of like how good he can be as like that heel that can take the beating, but like when he gets up, he is very scary and just like everything he does looks great. Whether it's selling, whether it's something as simple like you said, Dom, was running the ropes,
Mm-hmm.
or just you know everything looks good and like I don't know, I'm like stuttering for words, but he feels very like not complete yet, but in ring wise, like you can see like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, the flashes are definitely there.
I
And he
think even
definitely
in his incomplete state, he like is already like great at the monster heel bumping shit.
Even at his incomplete state here, what did you say? This is like 2 years or so
he
in.
came into Crockett in '86, and this is in '87, and like he
So
was working before that, but not like for real. You know?
yeah, just consider this like his sophomore year
Yeah,
basically. And like he looks better than some people who have like wrestling now who've been wrestling for 5+ years. You know what I mean? And like especially big guy wise, that's something we could
Uh-huh.
sit here and debate forever because that's wrestling in the day of our Lord 2026. Um, but yeah, like he has it already.
yes.
I
So
don't know. The
love
this
this
match
match. Yeah,
this match, by the way, it also too ends in a DQ, which is like
Scandor just fucking trips him and he sees it and he goes, "That man, that's qualified. It's
you know
over."
what though? I kind of like that because as much as you see like the manager trip spot, they never get caught. So
yeah.
it's good
Yeah,
to
it's
see
funny that
that.
this one just fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Andor
Scandor,
Aguilar fucking
you're just
sucks.
bad. You get better.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fuck with the guy, at least like do it a little better the next time, you know? But yeah,
So
no, the
it's not a major title, and that's one thing people talk about with Boss Man is that he never like held a belt. Well, he did hold the UWF belt, and it's not like a major belt, but it's there, like it's because the company didn't really exist anymore, but it's still a belt in his second year. He loses it to Doctor Death. That match is also really cool, and we are not the only ones, 40 years in the future who noticed how great and willing of a bumper he was. Um, someone in the WWF also noticed that too, and so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he gets the call around this time and is basically told like we're going to bring you in and you're going to work Hogan.
Oh shit!
oof,
Oh, is he gonna be
straight
one of
in.
like the monster of the weeks for
Yes,
Hogan? That's
yes,
dope. That's dope.
which is like I can't imagine what he was making, but I'm sure it wasn't main eventing house shows with and Saturday night's main event with Hogan money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2 years
Yeah.
into the business, so he has to go. But in between Crockett and the WWF, he does an All Japan tour, tagging with Brody. He has a Jumbo Shiruda match that's pretty cool but short. He faces Tenryu and Ashurahara like in a tag match. Um,
That's dope.
that stuff
Teaming
is
with
cool.
teaming with Jimmy Snuka, by the way.
In that match, he's tagging with Brody for like the majority of that tour, which is
He
also
wrestles
a pretty big spot.
he wrestles John Tenta too.
Yeah, which
Ooh.
that'll happen again in the future. So that stuff is cool too. Check it, it's if you want to see a different side of him. But there's another All Japan run that is better for the case that we can talk about later. But he is introduced with vignettes as the evil prison guard, the Big Boss Man, the character like almost everybody knows. He's paired with Slick, and he is pushed to the moon. And he in '88 and '89, WWF is an all-time jobber squasher.
Yeah.
I love squash matches. Love them. He is
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
he's the king. So go watch any '88, '89 squash. There's one where he squashes the future Gangrel.
That's
That,
awesome.
that is awesome. I mean, there's a ton. And then he gets his Hogan program. They never get a pay per view main event, but he main events around Hogan against Hogan all around the loop. They do a bunch of steel cage matches. The ones in Madison Square Garden and in Boston, I think, are on tape. There's a famous one on Saturday Night's Main Event where Boss Man takes a superplex off the top of the cage
Oh Jesus.
from Hogan. Pretty great match. So, I mean, I feel like this is a very important, plank in the platform for Bossman GWE. He is like one of the better Hogan opponents.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Hogan loved working him. and it was like a really hot program and made a ton of money, and they had a lot of like really great matches because he's a huge monster who will bump for Hogan. He begins tagging with the former man gang, now Akeem the African Dream.
Nice, awesome, tough.
And they face Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan on Saturday night's main event. Maybe it's the main event where the Mega Powers explode. The Mega Powers explode angle is during a Boss Man match.
That's tough.
Yeah. So then they have a little deal. They have a great feud with Demolition. They have a great Mania match with the Rockers. He feuds with Dusty again, but fed Dusty. He turns face eventually on DiBiase. DiBiase wants him to get the $1 million title out of Jake's bag with the snake in it, and he does. And then he thinks DiBiase's a pussy, so he puts it back in and gives it back to Jake, and now he's a babyface. But he will not be main eventing as a babyface. He'll be a mid-card, upper mid-card babyface in WWF for like the next 2 years. This is, to me, the peak of his career and like all of his best work, and like the best version of Big Boss Man is the mid-card babyface WWF Big Boss Man. He's still doing the insane squashes, but he's getting more time with other guys with heels, and he is just continuing to be a freak, and he loses a bunch of weight, and he becomes like even more of a fucking freak. He has a great feud with Ted DiBiase. He has an incredible feud with Mr. Perfect. Two great matches that you can easily find. And then he has a feud with the Mountie, Jacques Rougeau, over who is the more awesome Law and Order officer.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I was like, why? I was like,
I realized it just based off of how the match kind of plays out. Is
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're like what we're building here. But yeah, is it better to be a jail guard from Georgia or a police officer from Georgia or from Canada?
Yeah, and the Mountie is the heel, and Bossman is the face, and they have a couple of really great TV matches. They have a great house show match from Montreal where the roles are reversed for one night, so Bossman is a heel again. It's really fun. And then this before their famous SummerSlam match. June 18th, 1991, Big Boss Man and the Rockers versus the Nasty Boys and the Mountie from the Coliseum video, Rampage 91.
This is such a amazing 6-man tag. Like, I think this is the longest of the 3 matches at maybe a whopping 12 minutes bell to bell.
Yeah.
fucking fun as fuck.
But it's so fun, and they pack so much good stuff into it. And like, you get the entrances, whatever. And like Mountie is immediately like in the ring. He's like trying to bait like Boss Man to start. And immediately, like as soon as Boss Man gets in the ring, he runs over and tags Ricky Skaggs and gets the fuck out. It's so funny.
Sags. Gary
Sags,
Sags, not Ricky
Yeah.
Skaggs. That'd be crazy, dude.
Dude, that would be crazy. My brain
Ricky-
confuses the
Ricky-
two.
Fat, nasty bitch bastard.
No, not fat
This
nasty,
nasty
bastard.
boy just done a nasty shit.
The Mike Tyson clip where he's like, I was so fat and nasty.
Yeah, it's a great start. And Bossman sprints to the ring like the Ultimate Warrior, too.
Yeah, he does.
Noticeably slimmed down from the last match. Like, lost a ton of weight.
Mhm.
He thought his belly not there no more.
By the way, no one also dresses like this anymore. Like, a man is in like pants, just a slightly unbuttoned shirt that will become more unbuttoned as he wrestles.
Yeah, it always fucking he's like it always
It always-
buttons like sexily, like his like chest is showing and shit.
Yeah, that's
Because
why I
it's
picked
always
this one, too. That's
tucked
part of
in.
his case. He's hot.
Hey, the flat top
No,
too.
he's not. Sorry, we can't do that one. But he's
Hey,
a handsome man.
for some people, I mean, he's not like he's no La
He's good
Sombra,
looking. I'm
Yeah.
not.
but
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Speaking of good looking, Shawn Michaels is coked to the gills.
I'm sure
I'm
I
sure
would be
Marty
willing to
Jannetty is
bet
on something too.
everyone in this match actually is
Well,
on a little
Shawn
bit of
is
the nose candy, but
noticeably so. He's got his hat turned backwards, and when he jumps up on the ropes during the introduction, he's like flicking his tongue around and like
he
moving his fucking jaw
he
around.
he,
So fucking
Yeah,
awesome,
he's so
bro.
coked out.
he takes his shirt off and he it hits the bill of the hat and he fixes the hat.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna wrestle with that on. Why are you fixing it, you
He keeps
idiot?
it on for a long time. I thought he was going to wrestle with it on. But yeah, we'll talk
Oh,
more about that later, hopefully. It starts with Bossman and Sags, and Sags throws a couple nasty punches, and then Bossman flips him around in the corner and throws like 6 tummy punches in 2 seconds, and like
Fucking gets him with the uppercut.
uppercuts him in the chin, which is one of my favorite Bossman things.
I
So
would
right off
love it
top,
when
we're
he did
seeing
that.
the beautiful Bossman punches. If you watch his first few matches in Crockett, they're not good, and then suddenly they're like some of the best punches ever. And like I think he was an unbelievable puncher and like combo puncher.
He just learned quick. I guess he's a good learner.
Yeah.
well, Dom, you gift a bunch of the punches from the next match.
Well, you always have to do that. You always do that with Vader. Oops.
Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. But his all of his shine is great. He does like a big power slam, like again with like crazy ease. He's bending the ropes, hitting them at full speed. He does like a big splash. Like his shine is great.
He hits a fucking Insiguri.
He does hit an
He,
enziguri,
he,
a
yeah, I was
beautiful
like, whoa,
enziguri.
bro, that's fucking.
Dude, that shit, like, I understand that, like, in like, what is this, 91, right?
Yeah.
I understand that, like, in this time period, like, what the Rockers are doing is kind of like, oh, these guys are like revolutionizing the business, like, they're doing like
kicking and
crazy
shit.
stuff, yeah. To see Big Boss Man
This fat
do a
fucking
fucking
Enzuigiri. My God.
Insiguri, and it's stiff as hell too.
Yeah.
Like, it is, he clocks him.
It was shocking. Even as like a Boss Man super fan. And I've seen him do it in Zaguri before, but never that good, and only like 3 times. That shit was fucking because this is like a taped house show main event
Who do
for
you
like
think
a home
called that?
video. Boss Man.
Like,
I mean, it's Knobs. I don't
I
think
was gonna
Knobs is
say,
like taking in Zaguri, but that so Boss Man is like the star of this match. He holds court. He gets to do everything. He gets to do the shine. He gets to do like the face in peril. Like it's a and the Rockers are also awesome. So this is like it's a taped house show main event. So this is very much like a send them home happy match, which I love. It's like
Those, yeah, are always fun and good.
there's a short heat segment, but like 80% of the match, the heels are getting like their ass beat, and it's Boss Man doing crazy stuff, and then every once in a while the Rockers will come in and do something like nuts. And Sean will play like the most frenetic air guitar you've ever seen, and like snort and huff like the Ultimate Warrior.
It's fucking like a rabid dog, ugly motherfucker.
Yeah. I loved when we get to the heat segment where he pops up and he goes to the wrong corner and he gets punched and he catches a back elbow and he like the way he sells it, he arches his back like totally flat and just kind of like hangs in the air for a second and then does a flat back. Do you guys?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
He like bent
yeah.
all the way back. I was like, damn, bro, how
Yeah,
mad
it's
flexible. What the fuck?
crazy. Yeah. And
That-
then yeah, he does like an arch back sell and then he's like getting up on his knees and they're beating the hell out of him and he like face plants off his knees, but then he fucking gets up on his knees again, punching from underneath. Awesome comeback, and he gets punched again and he falls straight backwards with his knees like with his feet tucked under him.
there's
Like another
Oh
just
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
back bend.
there's a
fucking
point.
thing.
I don't think I put it in my notes, but I'm like remembering it. There's like a point where he's like getting beat down, and he like pops up, and I'm like, oh, here comes like, it's like this him hulking up. He like pops up, but then he just like sells a little bit and stumbles over towards the corner, and Mountie just like reaches across, just clocks him across the chin.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh
that
yeah,
is.
bro. He uppercuts the shit out of the Mountie. It's awesome.
I was
Yeah,
like
dude.
that. Yeah, the punches out of the whole heel team are crazy. And then like the Rockers are doing the super kicks.
They do some awesome shit though, man. For real, they have like a couple of really insanely cool spots.
Yeah,
Set up.
I like when Jannetty did like he knows he was holding on to the rope, so he like did the sunset flip, like he like flipped into the sunset flip, but like I don't even know how to describe it, like
Yeah,
from the
Uh,
side.
something I remember just now, like I think it was Boss Man's gonna go for like like a senton, or not like a senton, but like a splash, and it sags like on the ground, but he spins 180 and puts his knees up.
yeah.
So that way he's like, and I was like, I've never in my life have I seen that where someone is just, it's like, they're going to land on your chest. So you 180, so they know, they're going to land on your knees.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
landed
when
on the
he.
knees.
Yeah, that's like the end of his shine, sort of. And then the Rockers do some shit. He does the Enziguri. He does like a crazy big boot that I thought killed the motherfucker. He does another bump to the floor. Sags like holds the top rope, and he tumbles over the top rope and takes a bump to the floor because he loves to do that. I
Pretty
liked when
damn
he was
tough.
getting choked with the tag rope, and Sean just flies in the frame, and his way of breaking that up was to like stinger splash the Mountie, but also just like nuts to face the big boss man.
Oh yeah, nuts to face.
He's like choking him in the corner, so he's in between Sean and the Mountie, and Sean just splashes so high that he just like
Oh yeah, he comes
Yeah.
up and it looks like he hits him in the fucking face with his dick and balls.
yeah.
He's so high. You're right. He really is just like yeah. It's like a coked out little fucking flying squirrel coming at you.
But yeah, I love this match a lot. He shows how much of a like shredder he was as a mid card babyface. Like he is a fucking pinball. He's going crazy. He's throwing crazy punches, taking crazy bumps. Like crowd is with him huge. His timing is outrageous. Love this boss man performance.
A great match. Like I said, it's the longest at a whole whopping 12 minutes. Like, just, I don't want to say the easiest, but like, just such a good thing to watch. And like the finish is nuts too. Like it kind of breaks down and like it goes everywhere. The Mountie has a shock stick.
Let's fucking get it.
Fucking Boss Man like comes in and like whoops his ass, and then Janetti comes in and gets the pin. Like,
Ugly arse.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Hart.
He does
Who's,
come in
shout
to
out
stick the
Ben.
pin.
Jimmy Hart's here.
True,
Shout out Ben.
true,
He
true.
throws the helmet. Sean catches it and hits Knobs with it and like knocks him out. And then he gets tasered, which he barely sells. And then, like you can see him like waiting to roll out, and then when he gets out on the floor, he's just kind of like slowly walking. You just got stun gun, dude.
it's the Coke, man.
Yeah, but Marty like slips in and steals the pin. And that's the end of the match. But yeah, great shine, agility, speed, power, selling, punching, and creating a super fun match, which was his job on this
Yeah.
night.
Send the folks home happy.
Yeah.
Uh,
They have after this they have a jailhouse match at SummerSlam that's really funny. The loser has to go to jail for a day. Or like 10 days or something. So the Mountie gets taken to jail. That's really fun.
Dude,
Um,
fuck you, Mountie, bitch.
he feuds with Nails, infamous. That guy sucks so bad that even Boss Man can't make him look good.
It's
Lee-
fucking Nail's craziest guy ever.
Yeah, chucked out Vince McMahon and then said he touched my butthole.
That's so. Shout out, bro.
Shout out Nails. He does another All Japan tour doing the Real World Tag League with Dr. Death. Some super sick shit there against like the Pillars. Um, some really fun matches. And then he enters WCW as the boss, and he's just the big boss man in like a black shirt.
Can I real quick touch on that little All Japan thing?
Oh yeah,
Because he does have, like, I was looking at his cage match, and he does, like, one of the matches that is recommended is uh him and Stan Hansen versus Masawa and Kobashi,
yeah.
which I have queued because I'm probably gonna watch that after we do the pod because it's like 17 minutes.
Yes, I would
And
also highly recommend him and Williams against Kawada and Taue against Holy Demon
Mm.
Army. That match fucking shred.
That sounds tough.
So he goes to WCW.
As the boss,
Mhm.
which is just the boss man without the man part and the big part and the blue shirt. He's got a black shirt. He does some stuff with Rick Rude. That's okay.
Looks more like a cop, by the way.
Yeah,
here.
a lot more like a cop. He does some more jobber squashing. And then he feuds with Big Van Vader.
Which, I mean, of course.
I'd be scared as fuck.
like this is like the most no duh pairing of two guys against each other I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's like, who are the two biggest dudes who hit each other, like who hit people just super hard and are willing to also bump their ass off? It's like it's
Yeah.
these two guys. These
It's a super heavyweight fucking
match made in
battle.
heaven.
Yeah. And so I chose the Spring Stampede '94 match, the most famous one, the best one. It's their first one together. It's their best one, but all their matches are cool. This is April 17th, 1994. There was a sign in the crowd that said, "This is my 7th birthday party." At the beginning of this, that's a pretty good birthday party because this is one of the greatest pay-per-views ever. This pay-per-view has Regal and Pillman. It has the Bunkhouse Brawl with Dustin and Bunkhouse Buck. It has the Nasties and Cactus Jack against Cactus Jack and Max Payne in like a street fight brawl that's fucking insane.
I love those games.
And it has a Flair Steamboat match in '94.
I did see
happy
that.
birthday,
This-
happy 7th birthday, kid. And it has
This
this.
does sound like a cool card. I was
Yeah.
wanting to watch it maybe.
It's awesome. That Dustin Bunkhouse Buck match is like another one of the most awesome brawls. It's like if you like brawls, this is your show, and you get
the show for
Regal
you.
Pillman and Flair Steamboat. Yes.
Yeah, you get two fantastic all-timer guy matches.
Yeah. So pretty good one.
This match,
So, yeah. Tell me,
hot-
what do you think?
This match, hot start. I mean, just immediately like going in on the punches. You get Boss Man like getting held by Harley Race. Harley Race too. I love him as
Harley
a
Race is
manager.
crazy. He like looks like he stomps him in the fucking face at some points when he's on the floor.
He does.
It's fucking nasty. Old senile man.
He's not even that old. like at
Dude,
least
also,
here,
I just want to say,
he's probably what, like 40?
literally just told me about Vern Gagne fucking killing an old person in an old man's home and getting away with it. How? God damn. The strongest grip old person ever.
Sorry, he would have been like, this would have been about a week after his 51st birthday. So like, Harley Race not even that old here.
He just had a hard life, man.
Hey,
True.
You know,
true.
if you had like tattoos in the '70s,
They probably fucking hated your guts forever.
yeah, but that means you're like pretty fucked up, I think.
Oh,
that
true,
was like
right?
that was
yeah.
like a taboo thing, you know.
I always thought they were like sailor tattoos.
I'm sure they probably are, but that still tells you it's been rough on old Harley. But I'm not like a
he's
big Harley Race fan, but I love him as Vader's manager. I think it's like such a
yeah.
good
I
fit.
think. I mean, I enjoy like I've watched some Harley matches and they are good, but they're varying. But I think him as Vader's manager is just top 10. Like he looks so great, and two, like I think because he's not an active wrestler, but he still can take the bumps and the beatings. I think that helps sell to like add to it as well. Um, and then you get in like the meat and potatoes of this match, and what it really is just Boss Man and Vader. Just how many potatoes can they throw? Um, just hitting each other like full force in the face. Um, Boss Man throws Vader. I know I'm skipping like around a little bit, but like Boss Man throws Vader into the barricade and he goes like 2 rows deep. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I would never be more afraid than being like front or second row and seeing a man the size of Vader coming at me. Like I'd be like, oof, like because that's just and like Vader, like I said, just bump freak crazy, just takes the guardrail and just like a sack of shit falls over.
A sack of shit is a theme in this one.
Yeah, it is.
All fall like big sacks of brick poop, brick shit brick.
The gimmick is that they're what did they say, Dom? They're like combined weight over 700 pounds.
Yeah.
That's what I did the math because they say Bubba is what like 300 like three they say he's like 300 something, and Vader is built at like 450 pounds, which that's real. Jesus fucking Christ.
Pretty fucking big. I don't know
Yeah,
about
so
all that,
that's
but he was 6'5", so you have to figure like and how like muscled he was under the
yeah,
fat.
that do be a lot.
Yeah. But did you
That
like
dude
this match, Dom?
is thick.
I love this.
This is a like not a knock to the other two. This is my favorite of the three.
Oh yeah, this was always going to be like the
The
centerpiece of
shining
the.
star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Match is incredible.
Like I don't know what like you said because it's like because Vader gets bloody and
He gets
we were
bloody in the mouth and his eyes
and
somehow.
also the eye it kind of looks like and I'm like first of I think like genuinely I think he because Bossman like does like an eye poke gimmick and I think he like legitimately cuts his eyelid because that's where it
I
looks like it's
assumed
bleeding.
he started. It looks like he started bleeding after the after Big Boss Man almost fucking dies on
Yeah.
that because his knees hit him in his like legs hit him in the face. I was like maybe he got like mead.
Did you happen to give him almost dying?
No, I did not, but I should have. I should
I,
have.
hey, there's still time because
I will. I will.
that might be a necessary post to Twitter. And not the fuck. I'm
He like
scrolling back.
knows immediately that he fucked up because he like goes to try and grab the rope like as soon as he can. He's like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah,
I'm
he does the back body drop to the floor bump that he's. I think he did that in the Wyndham match, something similar.
yeah.
We've already talked about he loves to bump from the ring to the floor, but he gets like back body drop, and I think honestly, like watching this back, by the end of it, they're gassed because they've been beating the shit out of each other.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, they were punching each other so fucking hard in the head.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
Vader's
they
thing.
were
But
both like struggling, and they're doing like these crazy power spots, and they're all like just a little off because they're so fucked up from like
because
what
they're
has
both
already
so
happened in the
fucking
match.
strong.
Yeah,
Scrolling back through the group chat, I saw the Vader going for the splash from the ramp, and Bossman gets his knees up, and like once again another probably shouldn't have happened because why is this like 400-pound man leaping over the top rope to try and
Yeah,
do a
he is too
splash?
damn quick.
Tony called it Air Vader.
Yeah,
He does. He
but
takes another. Bossman takes another vertical suplex bump, like in the Barry one, where he just like it's just like the heaviest thud of all time. Oh, how about the fucking when Vader goes for the Vader bomb and Bossman like power bombs him onto his shoulder.
oh yeah,
Oh,
I said this in the group chat, but I feel like because he like grabs him like through the legs and just kind of throws him like backwards and like I feel like that's something that would not exist now because people are like, oh, I gotta take my bumps like a certain way, and like Vader's like he's just getting thrown. He lands however Boss Man throws him, you know. So
Well, it's like
like
he's legitimately like lifting him up. Like it's
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
an
yeah.
amazing feat of strength that he does. So
and it's just like, hey, I'm throwing you. If that means you land on your shoulder, sorry, man. And like pop, and like I that was another moment where I said he just threw him down like a sack of potatoes is how I described it because he just like just boom right in the ring just falls.
right after that, he superplexes him, and it's like just a DDT basically. Like
Yeah, it looks like he
Yeah,
jumps off the
yeah,
shit and then DDTs him. He's like, "Yep."
all his
yeah.
weight coming down.
They like don't know how to call it because he like superplexes him, but it's really just him like pulling him down off the top rope.
And they're
Uh,
both of them are dead by this point.
Is this
Because
yeah.
is
we've
this
mentioned it, but like they're just punching the shit out of each other in between all these crazy bumps.
hmm is this before or after Vader runs and tries to jump over the top rope and he also lands like a sack of shit because he clips his legs.
That's like the beginning of the match. That's like the
Bro,
first
that's
like
one of the funniest
minute
parts
and a
to me.
half.
His legs get clipped and he falls directly on his face and shoulders like a
Face.
sack of shit.
Even if he would have like even if the intention wasn't to get the knees up there, he would have still hurt himself.
Oh, 100%. He countered himself.
It's
Um
right after he punches him like shoot punches Bossman in the head 5 times, and he hits that like short arm clothesline that sounds like a fucking slap bracelet on the ramp.
Bro, the clotheslines that Vader's throws are so gross because they make a pop and then you realize the pop comes from the forearm hitting Boss Man's throat as hard as he can. It's go pop. It's like a clap. It's disgusting. Right in his shit, man. Fuck.
uh the match ends with a Vader salt. Um
Oh, dude, but the end of this is nuts because Bossman goes
yeah.
up top. They're trying to do a spot. He ends up doing a flying nothing, and it connects because Vader's not ready. So they try it again, and he jumps off the top, and Vader catches him in midair and power slams the
Power
shit out of
slams
him.
him. Yeah.
The
And then he
dog
hits
shit out of him.
he hits a Vader bomb. Like the sound that Ray Trailer makes was 100% like the shoot noise of
He's like,
being
oh,
The
Vader bomb.
ooh.
oh,
But he kicks out and eats a Vader salt,
Yeah.
and that is the 1, 2, 3.
And even then doesn't really go down like terrible because then like
Yeah.
Vader's in the ring with Harley and they're like celebrating and Bossman gets up, gets his nightstick and just takes out Vader and just starts going to town on Harley Race. I mean, he beats the ever living shit out of him.
Well, it's probably
And
because Harley Race stomped him in the fucking mouth earlier.
and then he gets stopped by fucking Nick Bockwinkel of all people.
He was like the WCW commissioner at the time or something. So he's like, "Hey,
Fucking
you can't
bot.
be hitting people with nightsticks, boss, the boss."
I am the boss. You can't be doing this, man. You
Yeah,
can't.
this is one of my favorite matches. I love it so much. I've made so many people watch this. It just fucking rocks.
Mhm.
It's just two huge guys hitting each other really hard and fucking each other up.
And doing crazy shit. Yeah. Yeah,
So I don't know where that falls on the GWE thing, but this is just a sick, great match for the resume.
I think and not to try and like take your closing statement from you or anything, but I think like it's really easy when you're like thinking of greatest wrestler ever to think about the like all-time kind of uh like masters of their craft. You know what I mean? Like even just in this era to think of a Steamboat or a Flair or um I guess those guys are really the the kind of guys I'm thinking of or talking about, but like or somebody we talked about a little bit this week personally, Magnum TA, like a kind of doing a different style in the same context. It's a lot easier to kind of think of those kind of guys and plug them in your head into a greatest wrestler kind of format. But I think like disregarding a guy like Boss Man isn't fair.
Yeah, and I absolutely think he was a master of his craft, but his craft was what it was because of
Being
where he
awesome as
was and
fuck.
where he was on the card, like the spots that he was put in. Um, he was always awesome. And after this, like this is the last match, but they basically get threatened with a lawsuit because of the boss. So he becomes the Guardian Angel. If you know the Guardian Angels, they're like a vigilante group in like New York City or something. So still a sort of a cop, but even worse because like a civilian cop, like beats up people on the subway type stuff. More Vader matches. He goes back to being Big Bubba. He has a cool Sting feud. He main events the first Nitro against Hogan
Kind of crazy. I'm like looking at it.
as
This is
Big
Pretty
literally
Bubba.
tough,
like
actually.
this is the last match he wrestles as the boss in WCW.
Yeah, they were like, you can't do that. That's the Big Boss Man. That's like WWF intellectual property. So
Does he like keep all the
Hmm.
other stuff about the gimmick?
no, he starts dressing different.
He's
He
an old
becomes a
bastard.
guardian angel, like a vigilante guy.
That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I mean,
The
I
Guardian.
main eventing. He eventually becomes Big Bubba. Main eventing the first Nitro against Hogan, I think, says something about how he is seen and like in the locker room. I think right.
Mm-hmm.
He joins the Dungeon of Doom. He feuds with John Tenney. Joins the NWO. He feuds with the NWO. He's there for the Scott Steiner turn. He does a job to Goldberg, and then he goes back to the WWF in another like pretty high profile run as like the Riot Squad boss man in the corporation. He has some really fun hardcore title matches. He gets hung from the Hell in the Cell. He eats pepper.
So
Uh,
tough.
he
He gets booked in a lot of stupid things
he's
that
in he
we kind
He
of
gets
yeah
mentioned at
put
the
against
beginning.
evil dogs that poop everywhere.
yeah he is in booking hell. He gets Al Snow, Kennel from Hell, Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, Big Show. I'm glad your dad's dead. Teamed with Albert, but then for like the first time in his career, he doesn't have a program, and he gets put on. Basically, he's working like every jacked and metal taping, and so he is back in his natural habitat, the 5 minute TV match, and he has some awesome fucking like some of the best Attitude Era like TV matches are the Big
Dude,
Boss Man on Jacked and Metal that like nobody watched.
I'm just
True.
like
It's
scrolling. I'm just scrolling through Cage Match, like the APA versus him and Mr. Perfect on Jacked. Like that,
yeah,
and that just sounds amazing because it's just like, all right, you get Boss Man going, like getting the shine early, taking it to Farouk, and then just hot tag Bradshaw, beat him down. It's 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like that
Hmm,
sounds
hmm.
perfect.
he has a little feud on Jacked against Crash Holly. That is so sick. He
That
kills
sounds pretty
Crash
tough.
Holly. Yeah.
Him versus Perry Saturn.
Yeah. So I value very highly, and this is going to go into like pros and cons sort of. So this is going to be like a partial answer to what he's going to ask. All the things that I love are the things that Bossman does like really really well. And I think that because of like the nature of wrestling changing in the 80s and 90s, and like it now TV is more like you're getting great matches like every week.
Yeah.
There was an art to the television match that sort of dominated American wrestling for 20 years. Uh, that is not like a traditional great match, like that I think is harder to do almost. How can you work within the limitations of like a very short amount of time and like still stand out?
Mhm.
And so I really value that, like his squash matches as a heel, his mid card matches as a babyface in WWF, his Attitude Era TV matches. Like he's a master at something that I think is really cool and like should be represented on the list, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't help
Mhm.
the booking. His booking was you are like the TV guy to make everybody look good, and he was incredible at
And you're
that.
the monster too.
Yeah,
Like you are.
he was an awesome monster heel, Hogan opponent, got great matches out of Hogan. Um, he, as I said before, he was like the chicken salad maker. I think there's room for guys like that on the list. And
Mhm.
I do think he was a master of his craft. And I do, you guys were talking about there's not Rex. I have Rex
Yeah.
for Big
Yeah.
Boss Man because this is my agenda, right? Like
I'm down.
I, I
This is
want
your case. Like you,
yeah, yeah.
out of all of the people, like that, we kind of like briefly kind of talked about it the beginning of this week, like after we did the last episode, and like it was like me and Dom kind of had to be like, oh, who do we maybe want to do? And like you right away where you're like, if I'm doing an agenda pod, I'm doing it on Big Boss Man.
Yeah, Big Boss Man, Big Bubba.
Yeah. I want him to get votes. And I will say I'm not the high voter on Boss Man as far as people I know. A shout out Lawson. He has Boss Man absurdly high. And for all the reasons I talked about, right? So I'm not the high voter, but I am going to be a voter, and I don't think he's going to get many votes, and I wish that was different.
He
So
might be he might get a voter out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I hope so. Okay, so as Big Bubba Rogers, we talked about the one man gang UWF title fight. There's another Barry Windham title match that's also like 8 minutes. That's the beauty of all these two.
Mhm.
They're like 8 minutes long. He has an Ole cage match that's great. He has that Garvin Louisville street fight. He has a super fun match very early in his career with the Midnight Express against Dusty Rhodes and the Rock and Roll Express that kills. Um, heel Boss Man, watch any squash. Watch Coco Beware SummerSlam '88. Any of the
Ooh.
Hogan cage matches you can access. Watch him with Akeem versus the Rockers from Mania 5. Again, like 5 minutes. Face Boss Man. Watch the Buddy Rose squashes. They're psychotic. Uh, the DiBiase April '90 earthquake matches, the perfect matches, any Mountie match you can find. If you are so inclined, these are a little longer, but you can watch the Real World Tag League matches where he's billed as Big Bubba, but he's still in the Bossman gear. And as I said, he's wrestling like the Pillars. Those are cool. All the Vader matches from WCW. The Sting pay per view, I think it's Slamboree '95. There's a great Arn TV match. The Glacier match I already talked about is like a different style fight, but TV.
That sounds so tough. I've seen the
Yeah,
clips.
it's awesome. He has a really sick match against Scott Steiner from one of the Panama City
Ooh.
Spring Break Nitros
Yeah,
where
that
they
just
end up in the
sounds good.
pool. Yeah. Uh, Attitude Era, like I said, all the Jack stuff, the Heat matches, Sunday Night Heat matches. There's a Road Dogg hardcore title match that's really fucking sick. He has a match against Meat on Sunday Night Heat where he pins him by like stepping on his dick. That's really funny.
That sounds so tough.
Yeah. There's a lot out there. They're all TV matches. His case is TV matches, short TV matches. He doesn't have a lot of like all-time great matches outside of like Hogan Cage and Vader, but
Mhm.
that's not what
And
he was asked to do.
and even like just like the excitement of being able to see, like I said, mention that Stan Hansen and him versus the Pillars match, like that that concept and like seeing. I always enjoy seeing guys like him kind of dropped into that environment. I think I've even
Yeah,
brought
it's fun.
uh I brought him a match similar where but it was Stan and uh Laurinaitis, I think.
Yes, against Misawa
Johnny
and
Ace. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think it was Masawa and Kawada maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I remember that match. That was a cool match.
But yeah, like just seeing guys like Big Boss Man just dropped into that like hot 80s All Japan or like 80s early 90s All Japan just environment. I don't know. Something about that idea just sounds amazing. So like I'm very excited to watch that. I'm very excited to really watch anything like you recommend, and I feel like he is on my top 100 already. I did look, but I think he needs to maybe move. I think there's some guys just looking at my list, I think there's some guys that he's behind that maybe he should be in front of.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, he'll be on the back half of my list. I'm not gonna like sit here and tell you Big Boss Man has like a top 10 case or something,
Mm.
but I think he has a strong case, and I hope that people will vote for him. And rest in peace, also.
Yeah.
Yep. So
CM Punk award to
No one.
get back again to the.
oh
I was
no, I forgot about this.
remember. Yeah, I think we
Coked
got two.
out Sean would just rip
Shawn
your
Michaels.
face off.
No,
I was
yeah, he was so coked out. Shit.
I was gonna say the Mountie.
Jimmy Hart. I'm gonna fucking kill Jimmy Hart, mad easy.
Well, the Mountie beat up Dynamite Kid, so.
Yeah, he didn't beat him up. He took a fucking brass knuckle to his mouth and knocked
Well,
all
that
his teeth
depends
out.
on who you believe. That depends.
Oh, that's so true. That's so true. But yeah,
But
either
he
way,
might hit
that's
you with brass
scary.
knuckles.
That's scary, bro.
I think it has to be Sean, just by process of elimination. But
Not even Marty.
maybe actually Boss Man, because he was supposed to be like a really nice big teddy bear guy. So maybe you can just like kick him in
Yeah,
the nuts or something.
but that's the thing is
Oh,
as much as he is maybe the big nice teddy bear, we just watched him fucking pepper people with punches for fucking and talked about it for the last hour and
I'm
some
sure. I'm
change.
sure his worked punch would still fuck me up. Still
Yeah,
knock me the fuck out.
he could work punch you and fucking hurt. You imagine if he just was actually trying to connect on one of those, like full force through. Dude, I'm on the ground unconscious. No,
Yeah,
it's got to
it's
be
Sean.
it's
Sean or
got to be
Marty.
Sean or Marty. Yeah, really flip a coin. Who did less coke that day?
It seemed like Marty.
Yeah,
the
Marty
only
did. We got maybe a bad batch. He's like not feeling nothing.
the only thing you
His
got to
eyes
worry
are
about with
He was
Marty is
3D balling, so he was like, he was level.
he was worrying about his heart stop, and he's like, I gotta keep moving.
the only thing you got to worry about with Marty is that murder thing.
Dude, I mean,
You got a lot to worry about, Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He got a
Well,
lot
yeah,
to
yeah.
worry about. He might jab you with a needle or something. He's fucking weird.
Uh,
Anyway, thank you for going on this journey with me, and I hope that people will vote Big Boss Man. We got cage match game coming.
we got the Animal Corner coming.
Oh shit!
Dom, tell us about Leprechaun specifically.
So Warwick Davis Leprechaun. He's a real evil, mean bastard. He is a pot of gold. That if you get his gold, man, don't fucking talk to him, man. Better give that gold back, or he'll hunt you down, or he'll fuck you up. So it's funny because Jennifer Aniston got her start in fucking. Is that her? Was she in Friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so
she
yeah,
was in
she's the
Leprechaun.
one that was in Leprechaun. Then she was in Leprechaun. She got her acting start in Leprechaun, which that's pretty awesome. Also Leprechaun in the Hood. I've watched that one. Pretty good movie. And there's also behind the scenes. They had to teach him how to use a bong. That's a great image. So Warwick Davis in makeup, no hat, smoking a bong. Warwick Davis quite funny. Leprechaun. I mean, watch that movie, man. He's an evil fuck, dude. He's a little mean guy, dude.
Dom,
He says a lot of like quips, and I don't like it. You know,
I
he's a
think
mean guy.
I've probably said it before, but like our process every week is pretty much the same. Where it's like some point during the day on Sunday, I'll tag Dom and I'll say, "What do you want to talk about for the Animal Corner?" And Dom just hits me with Leprechaun, and then he says like Warwick Davis Leprechaun. I just responded with "I love you, Dom," and then put it in the format. I was like, this is fucking. Not quite sure if you could consider it a animal. Um,
Well, he goes in my monster zoo, so.
Good shout, good shout. That makes sense.
Uh-huh. I think so. I think that's what I would keep him, and but locked up, and it would be all. It would be
Probably
more of a
better to keep him
jail.
locked up for
Yeah,
sure.
it would be iron bars because as you know, as you may know, fairies they don't like iron, and leprechauns they don't like iron. It hurts them.
Is that I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It sounded like I should have known that, but I wasn't aware of that.
I didn't know that either.
They're
I'm pretty
sensitive to
sure. Yeah,
iron.
like yeah. Iron is like that, like fairies and stuff. Um, like horseshoes, silver horseshoes. Yeah,
I had no idea.
it's true. I'm looking up iron in folklore. Let me look on Wikipedia. Fairies. Cold iron is historically believed to repel, contain, or harm ghosts, fairies, witches, and other malevolent supernatural creatures. Nailing an iron horseshoe to a door was said to repel evil spirits or later bring good luck. See? And then that's what happened with Leprechaun, man. Leprechaun, horseshoe.
We gotta watch it. Patreon bonus content. Watch along.
Yeah. If we ever
Leprechaun.
start a Patreon, that's the first thing on the watch list as we
I was
we
just about
watch.
to ping the whole server and be like, "Hey, who wants to watch Leprechaun with me?" But there's too
Leprechaun
many
in the Hood. Watch along.
people. Hmm.
That's funny. I've been getting a lot of Leprechaun chat from Obsito too,
Oh, really?
because of St. Patty's Day at preschool.
That
He's
makes
been
sense.
asking
That
me a
makes
lot
sense.
about leprechauns.
God damn it, I'm gonna do it.
I guess this is probably like the first time he's like. Is this like the first time he's really like learning about leprechauns? I
Yeah, I
guess.
guess. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because
We watched that Gravity Falls episode where they like
preschool.
with all
Oh,
the leprechauns, like the first episode.
isn't that? Don't they? Is that the one where they go to the mini golf?
I don't remember. The guy gets kicked in the balls and he like barfs a rainbow for like
Yeah.
5 minutes.
From Gravity Falls.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Gravity Falls.
He schmabulok.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Fucking so tough. Almost a leprechaun.
Is he not? Is he a gnome?
He's gnomes. There's
Okay.
gnomes. There's evil
Shit, my
gnomes.
bad.
Mhm.
Sorry, sorry,
Column A, column B.
Zoomers.
It's okay. It's okay.
And anything you want to add about Warwick Davis or leprechauns or?
Rest in peace, Warwick Davis. Shout out Leprechaun in Heaven.
That's the next movie.
Is Warwick Davis even dead? No,
I think
he is
he-
not.
Rest in peace, Warwick Davis. Is the episode title.
That's the
I was
Zach
thinking
Fox
of.
line.
I was thinking. I'm
R.I.P. Betty
sorry,
White
guys.
for when she died, but she ain't dead yet for when she died because I know that coming up. It's
sorry,
the same
guys.
thing, but for Warwick Davis.
I got him mixed up with Vern Troyer, Mini Me from Austin Powers. I'm so sorry. So
man.
he's alive, live in power.
Moving on to the cage match game. It's Dom's pick this week. We don't even worry about the scores. It's unimportant. Dom, what is the overall
Brady's
rating?
about to win. That's what you need to know.
I'm trying not to. Dom started this. It was a close game, and then he brought Kenny
Shout
Omega.
out Kenny Omega, man. That's dope.
Rest in peace, Kenny Omega.
Rest in peace, Kenny Omega, man.
What did he have? Appendicitis?
Brain worms.
Like no, he had diverticulitis, I think.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it was diverticulitis of the penis, dude. That's a deadlock joke, Aubies, in case you didn't know.
Didn't know.
I'm unfortunately not the first person to ever think of diverticulitis of the penis.
I'm mad as fuck. He just laughed. He just laughed at a deadlock joke. He's like, God fucking damn it."
Anyway, Dom,
The
what's the
rating?
overall rating?
9.17.
9.17.
Yes.
Is it Kenta Kobashi?
No.
Thank God. Is it Toyota?
No.
All right, go ahead. Give us the first review.
Great Monterey luchador.
Is that the review?
That's
Yes.
it.
I just realized everything else would give it away.
Great.
Great Monterey luchador who gained a spot in CMLL. He deserves a great place at CMLL. He will be the next big Monterey star. That's what that says.
Okay, so it can't be that old. He will be the next great Monterey star. He's in CMLL. Fuck, dude, I don't know who's from Monterey and CMLL. I know the people who are from like Lagunera.
I wonder if it's because they have Lagunera in their moves.
Yes, it is. It exactly is. Ryder.
Ryder?
Yes.
Oh, Raider! I'm
Yeah.
so no, it is not. That would be dope
Okay.
though. That would be dope.
You hit him with the Spanish pronunciation. Really
Yeah,
fucked
my
him up.
white fucking cracker ass. I got confused.
Is it? There's no way he has this high rating.
You like the Raider, man?
I just want to
Oh
say
yeah,
it. Is it-
9.17. I wasn't even thinking of the rating. I was just thinking of who's Raider with a 9.17.
I know.
Oh yeah,
I know,
this
I
is
know
a
for a
10 by the
fact.
way. That was a 10 review.
Okay.
10.
I know for a fact he doesn't have this high of a rating. I just want to say it. Is it King Rex?
It is not. It is not.
All right, give us the second review. He's got to find one now that doesn't have everything spelled out.
Blank is a very decent luchador. I've seen some good matches from him, but when he's in multi-man tag matches, he's always the pin guy. Some matches I've seen aren't that good, but the matches that he shines in are very good showings for him.
What's the rating?
7.
Multi-man pin eater. Pechicera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck it, Brady.
I was okay.
Would you have
so that's-
gotten that? Well, okay,
that's
what
a-
about my next one?
That's a 2 points, so that puts you at 3 now.
Yeah.
My
So,
next one.
2 points closer.
Closing the gap.
2
Brady,
points closer.
Do you think you would have gotten it with this next one, which a very good technical? No, actually, fuck that. The next one is a 10. Amazing, emotional, beautiful. Watch this. Words cannot describe it, and clips would not do it justice.
No, that would have not. The thing, okay, so I was not thinking. I was thinking Showa is who I was thinking.
I mean, that's stylistically not far off.
Yeah.
No, it's not far off.
The
but it
reason
was-
I was so confident in my guess was the 9.17. Like, who? It has to be somebody who's on AEW.
Well, the thing,
Yeah.
the thing that
100%.
had me the most like confused is like the phrasing of it made me think that it was like a younger guy.
No, so that's I purposely picked a review from 2014 when no one knew him to throw you guys off.
It worked.
The full thing is great Monterey luchador who has gained a spot in CMLL due to his top level matches. He deserves a great place in CMLL top cards and is the next bigger star in the Monterey star in the last times after Hector Garza. I don't know if that full thing would have helped you guys more, but I was scared that if I said CMLL, you would have been like, I fucking know this.
You did say CMLL.
Oh,
You
yeah,
just
I
looked
did.
at the rest.
Oh.
It would have helped. Yeah, I was stuck on young guy, but then
Same.
between the first and second, I was like, it's got to be somebody in AEW. You said pin eater. I know I've seen people complain about him getting pinned on AEW all the
Yeah.
time. I heard the Claudio match was like just okay.
Yeah, I heard people say like the show.
I don't
was
go out of
good,
my
but-
way to watch Claudio. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry, guys. But
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
this bald.
Damn.
No
I,
shit. I'm sorry.
I heard a lot of people say the show, like, when I had Dustle Indes was good, like the show.
Yeah.
Just that match was kind of a stinker, which, like, yeah, I mean, I can't be too overly surprised that people didn't like it. And it might not even be like that bad. It may just be like stylistically it just didn't fit. You know what I mean? Like if it was the same match on a episode of AEW, it probably, people would have been like, "Oh, this was fucking fantastic." But like as the main event for the second biggest CMLL show of the year, it probably, kind of gets slighted a little bit there.
Alas. 2 points.
Yep, 2 points. Somebody other than me finally scored points.
Oh, he's
Yippee!
Kenny
cocky
Omega.
now. We got to kill this guy, Dom.
Yeah, actually true. Kenny Omega will kill you and Brady.
Rest in peace, Kenny Omega and Brady.
He actually recorded this pod, before Brady died. I mean,
Yeah,
after. This is his ghost.
What if Brady dies tonight? We gotta go put a tag on the front.
God, I'm actually knocking on wood.
We probably would not upload the pod if Brady died. We would be too sad. So
Yeah, actually true. We would be
I'm
like,
the
"You
one
should
that
not have made
uploads
that
the
show."
pod.
that's also
So-
true.
That's also true. You would have the file, and we're fucked.
Also, I would be very sad.
I would be very
Well,
sad.
yeah. Obviously, I would hope that my friends would also be sad if I died. But
But what about the podcast, bro?
But our footage.
Calling your mom. Hey, can you
Access his
Can you
computer
send
and
me this
send
book?
us the Craig file, please?
search Craig? Oh.
Hey, it's a file, please. It's like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs when he has to. The dad has to go on the computer.
I did get a text from my dad while we were recording, which was, "What is the Discord app, and should an 11-year-old have it?"
Oh no!
Because they have to watch, like my dad and my stepmom have to watch her grandson all the fucking time, and he, I guess, wanted on Discord, and I had to be like,
Hell no! Do not.
I use Discord on a daily basis. I'm using it right now. I don't know if an 11-year-old should be on Discord. If I was in a Discord server, no matter the context, if an 11-year-old joined, I would be like, "You shouldn't be here."
An 11-year-old should only be in a server with his friends who told him to get on Discord. Because this is
other
it's too
11 and
adult of a face.
12-year-olds.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Because
Yeah.
it should really only be used as a friend group chat. Don't.
But
Yes.
also, that's a slippery slope because the Explorer button exists in Discord.
It's fucked up.
Dude, I will never press that button. I guess
But
I'm out of it.
yeah, but like that's the thing. You're not looking.
I am not trying to talk to people on Discord that are not my friends. God damn.
You're only in Discords that have your friends in it or have some specific interest to you that you you would need to be on. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to pros and cons.
Yeah. Do we have a pros and cons?
We do, and it's good.
Let's
hey,
go.
File Under Fire dudes. In hopes of possible synergy, I wanted to ask a couple questions about GWE. Sometimes it seems like when people do projects like GWE or Wrestler of the Year rankings, there's an instinct towards a sort of spreadsheet-based system of praise or criticism. I understand this instinct, but I find that it often tries to reduce these conversations to simple math that can be solved, and this ends up ignoring so many abstract, unquantifiable qualities that I feel actually define the best wrestlers. So I was wondering, what qualities do you guys look for in a GWE candidate? What are some of those examples? What are some examples of those qualities that you would hold up as the best? Thanks for the great pod, guys. Sincerely, Connor.
I think number one, no matter what you're kind of trying to quantify, number one on like if they are a great wrestler is quality of work. Like even if it's, like I know you have had this conversation with a good amount of people, Aubies, of like whether you vote based off of like what their peak is versus what their whole career looks like, because those can be two very different things. But like even if you subtract it to just what is a wrestler's peak, like what is their quality of work over the course of that peak? Do they have bad matches in that? Because and if they do, how frequent are the bad matches? Is it a one bad match and they never wrestle that same person again in that peak? Because then you can kind of like discard that one.
Well,
And I
and that
guess
brings up another issue of input versus output, which is a conversation that people have a lot. Like, they may have had a bad match in their peak, but like, were they good in it?
mhm,
Versus like, are they producing a ton of great matches?
mhm. Yeah, and like
I think
really,
I think was this person ever like among the handful of best in the world at the time in their specific role? Right? Like, whatever their role on the card is or on the show is there a point? I'm a peak person. Can you point to a time where this person was like one of the best in the world? And I also like people who are that feel just like steal from Andy singular.
mhm,
Is this a wrestler
mhm.
that's like doing something different?
And like doesn't feel the same as like their contemporaries.
Yeah.
Like I think like you know when you look at things like the 2000s indie scene is like a good kind of nebulous for that cuz there are the stars shine through the guys like the Samoa Joes and the AJ Styles and stuff like that. Like their star shines through, but there are a lot of guys that like can fall into this like slot of they all do similar things, and while they all do similar things, and you can enjoy seeing them in a match, they don't do something that makes me go, "This guy needs to be considered amazing." Like, and that goes for all different eras, obviously. Like, you can apply that same thing to '80s territory workers and so on and so forth. Um, but yeah, I think too, like it's what gets you the most excited too, like
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
one
say like my probably not to cut you off, but
mm,
my go-to thing is like, is it fun? Are they fun to watch?
yeah, like does
Yeah,
it get
I mean
you
that's
up?
the idea, right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
that can encompass everything. Like, as I said, at their style, like you mentioned AJ, like that's an obvious like sort of slam dunk, right? Like, he was the best in the world at like what he did at the
Hmm.
Mhm.
top of cards, but there's you've got to explore. I don't I don't think it has to be a list of like main event people.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and
and
I think I'll
you're
probably try
going
and
to
make
have
that case.
stylistic bias, right? What style you like, but like who pops in the style you like. And I do think that people have to. I don't think it should just be a favorite wrestlers list. Like,
Uh-huh.
you should have some kind of like thought in mind about why is this person one of the 100 greatest wrestlers ever. But that can fit. You can fit that within your criteria. Like,
Hmm.
the guys that I think Dom is going to talk about are like 100% the best at what he values the most.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's actually a very fair way of putting it.
yeah, and like I'm kind of in this like in between stance of uh we were talking about it pre-pod of like who I may do, who I was thinking about doing, and it's like it's really a case of like do I want to make a case like I feel like the cases that I'm prepared to make no matter which one I pick, they are personal favorites, but they are favorites who do things that make them great. Just maybe would be overlooked in a case in which, or not even necessarily overlooked, but like it's easier to subtract them because of one thing or another. Because maybe they had a very high peak, and I think both the wrestlers in mind, like kind of fit this criteria where they have like a point where they have a high peak, but there's a lot of things on either end of their career of that peak that aren't that don't fit into like what you would think of as like these are the one of the greatest matches ever, or this guy was just the greatest here, because
Yeah,
it's
and
not
I
a
think that's the difference between like making the list and being like a top 20 person on
yeah.
the list,
Uh-huh,
right?
uh-huh.
You're those people on the top end should have peak and longevity and creativity and little, be little things wrestlers and all that stuff. And then
I mean,
there's room in the back half for the people you're talking about that have very high peaks that are not like super long.
like I mean, me and you have talked about it at length of like our number one. I think shared is Negro Casas,
Yeah,
I would
and
probably do
like
Santito.
and I think that is also a
Uh-huh.
very much.
a fair like thing to say too. But it's like, yeah, the Negro Casas case of being just so consistently great and like great in every role. And I think we talked about it a good bit a couple weeks ago when I brought that trios match
Yeah.
with him. Um, but yeah, like he is just so consistently fun and good. And so I like him as a number one, I think is like something that's so very just undisputable. Or even, having somebody like Santito, or I'm sure people you'll get a lot of high votes for guys like Masawa, Kobashi, like a lot of the pillars,
Funk, Tenryu.
Funk, yeah, um, Eddie, uh, swear to God, Henry, um, yeah, like guys like that, Steven Regal, uh,
He was
you
like
know,
way high last time. I actually think he'll probably fall a little bit just based on general vibes. I don't know. He was like shockingly high on the last one, I feel like.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and like just
But I'm voting for him. But yeah,
glancing over at my list, like my number
yeah.
10 is Akira Kodu, and like someone who is great for like years,
But
like
also has the like one of the great peaks.
the greatest peaks, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I think those are the kind of people like more so too that like I don't think we necessarily need to make a case for. I think that's why doing things like Big Boss Man is perfect, because it's like this is somebody you should really check out, and like even if he is your somewhere in your 90 to 100, like
Uh-huh.
that's like it's the votes that count because he deserves them. And I think that's kind of where we're going to go for the three of us at least.
Yes, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys come with
I don't know if that
next
answers
couple weeks.
the pros and cons
I think
question.
we answered it. I think we answered it. It's
Um
Mhm.
not. He's right. It's not quantifiable. It's qualitative.
yeah, and there's no matter what, when you're doing a list like this, people's opinions and biases are going to shine through. That's It's unavoidable, because there's no way that every single person that puts in a vote is going to be entirely unbiased and like just letting whatever happen. You know what I
Well, you
mean?
just have, but I think there's some slam dunk candidates that a lot of people can agree on. There are some, honestly, for me, people who um I'm not voting for, even though they probably should be in a top 100, just because like I know they're gonna get their votes, and I want to
Uh-huh.
give Shocker a vote and Bestia Salvaje a vote and the Big Boss Man a vote, right?
Yeah.
Liger is gonna get his votes.
Yeah.
Masawa is gonna get his votes. So it has to be someone. I think you got to be passionate about it, and you have to try to be. You have to have some criteria, but it is not yeah, it's not quantitative. It can't just be like who has the highest cage match ratings.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's important to differ, because somebody like somebody who hates Kenny Omega can go rate Kenny Omega on Cage Match, and it's probably not going to it's not going to greatly affect his rating.
You'll probably get your account deleted.
Banned, yeah, because they'll just think you're being a troll. Yeah, that's true. But that regardless of if they moderate you or not. But like, that's the point, right? Is like, this project is not to be like, oh, who are the top 100 rated wrestlers on Cage Match? It is who, as a larger community, do people think is the top 100 wrestlers. And I think, like we said, it's fun to debate, it's fun to try and figure out, and it's just it, it is insane that like people care about this much, because like it is trivial.
Well, if you're this deep in the weeds, like we love making lists of things. I think they go hand in hand. A hyper focus and list making.
I did explain this to a friend this week, because I was telling him, like, he is like a racing guy, right? So he didn't know I had a wrestling podcast, and I like was talking to him about it, and he's like, oh, you should try, like, like, you gotta try and like blow it up, man. And I'm like, you know, I've long accepted that this podcast in itself is like a niche of a niche. Like, this is like, we're not like, that's why Deadlock is so popular, because what they're talking about is WWF from the 90s, WCW from the 90s, ECW, TNA, WWE. Like, they're talking about things that like you probably watched on TV as a kid, and it's easy to laugh at and get into. And that's not what we're here to talk about. We're three friends who want to share fun wrestling with each other each week. And hopefully, you, as a listener, are interested in either the wrestling we're talking about, or the way that we three interact with each other and how we talk about wrestling. And that's the whole thing. So then, like, to then break that down into being like, all right, let's all make our own cases for, Big Boss Man, or I don't want to spoil it, but like, so on and so forth, or have our friends come on and make their cases. And I think it's to push to the core, the hardcore, like, nerds of wrestling that will listen to this podcast, that this is these are people that you should absolutely, even if you don't vote for them in your top 100, even if you don't vote at all in the GWE, these are wrestlers that you need to watch more of, because that's like, because of how great they are.
Rest in peace, Kenny Omega.
On a real note, rest in peace, Ray Trailer, Big Bubba, Big Boss Man.
We definitely lost him way too soon. He probably died Did he die early?
He was 41.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
Because I'm 41.
That's very scary.
Yeah. R.I.P. me. Bye.
No, wait. We got the dude of the week still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely ended off death day. Died.
I don't know. I didn't ask once again. I just left it on there. I don't know who you want to who should be the dude of the week.
Shit, I thought you just had something.
No. It's the same thing as last week. I just left it, and then I was like, well, we'll just figure it out on the pod, I guess.
Dude of the week. But Nick Monroe.
Sure.
Yep. Print it. Stamp it.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, please like, comment, share it with your friends. any interaction we do appreciate. Um, if you are interested in the GWE process, um, I'll let you look it up. I'm not gonna post any links. Actually, I was gonna say like, oh, put a link. I'm not actually.
I'm not.
You deserve if you are interested enough and you are not already participating in GWE, um, you you have to go dig like you have to go dig in those mines, especially too because like it's not as simple as saying like, okay, here are 100 wrestlers because and you also have to look at the nominees list and so on and so forth. And then the nominees list is long. It's fucking long, man. My nominees are people that I really like. My votes are people, it's a list of people I really like. And then a list of people that Aubrey likes and like I took those two and then threw that through a preference revealer and got what I have at like 1 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday or some bullshit like that. Like you go dig for yourself, go do your own due diligence if you are genuinely interested, or kind of like I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, if you are interested but you aren't necessarily feel confident, this is a every 10-year project, which means you can come in and go in and out over the next course of the next 10 years. And if in 2036 you feel like you're confident enough to put a full list together, um, and then you can do so. But yeah, if you like this pod, please share it, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that help interact with our social medias. Other than that, go listen to Different Style Whites. I think you said you guys are talking about like some WCW stuff this week,
Yes,
right?
the Mortal Kombat division.
So fucking tough.
Other than that, we'll see you guys next week with another GWE case. We don't know. We legitimately don't know. It'll either be me or
My
Dom.
fucking problem for a while. I know that.
Albie was like, "Hey, I can do mine first. I got my 3," and we were like, "Fuck, thanks, cool."
Thank you, bro.
And now, because obviously, like, Albie brought all 3 matches, so now both of us have to find 3 matches to bring, which is
We will,
normally
bro. We will, bro. We will.
we got this. We got this. All right, thank you guys for listening to the pod. We love you very much. If please check us out everywhere else, and yeah, we will see you guys next week with more GWE talk and 3 fantastic matches nonetheless. Love you.
Hey,
Bye.
Bye bye.
I'm about to